Every formula.
Coming at you live from Venus. Uncle Dre and Auntie Chris bring you Gangster Goddess Broadcast.
Well, hello there, everyone. Don't you remember leaving us in this exact spot last week? We were all watching our Lorraine Bracco interview on the Gangster Goddess Broadcast. Do you guys remember that it was so awesome that we had to split it up into part 1 and part 2? Well, we're here to watch part 2 with you. Yep. That's what Chris and I are doing.
We're
Auntie Chris, right here.
Auntie Chris and Uncle Dre.
Look at her teeth, just like Bracco's. Just like Bracco's, huh?
You and the teeth. The dirty
and the
dentist.
raspy voice. The raspy voice, too.
The raspy voice. The raspy voice. She's got a good raspy voice. Oh, my God. Part 2, I got to be honest with you. This segment, I feel, I don't know if it we got more comfortable with each other. I mean, you know her forever, but it gets a little juicier. I
feel like in the second part, we all finally, because it was getting dark out where Lorraine was. She was in New York. And as it was getting dark out, I felt like we all just got really cozy up in Lorraine's bed, and we were about to watch like an episode of The Sopranos.
I know. She was like at the end, which I think the cameras were off, but like later on, she's like, "Okay, time for tequila now." I was like, "You read my mind, actually."
It's exactly what we did after our interview. We do tend to talk too much. It's so we had to break it up, guys. So we really hope y'all enjoy part 2, and as I always say, without further ado, because I like to rhyme it with 2 because I'm such a friggin' idiot, let's get back to Lorraine. I would like to watch with you guys today.
Me too. Let's get right back in it. I think she's talking about Goodfellas, Soprano stories. Let's go.
Yep. Enjoy, guys.
Yeah, I love it.
I feel like the women of The Sopranos should go off and make their own show at this point.
I always wanted to do that with Ray and Goodfellas.
Oh, I would love that.
Always. I said to Ray once, I bumped into him and I said, I don't know why they didn't do the follow-up. It's so good.
I know.
Yes, it is.
Because he was incapable of behaving. He was incapable.
Oh, I know.
She had the 2 kids and was on some kind of horse farm, I think, until she threw him out. But I think they didn't want to deal with Henry, I think was the big. But I would have loved to have seen that.
Oh, my God, me too.
As a TV show or as a sequel?
As a sequel to the movie.
Oh, yeah. I would love to watch that. I could just watch that world truthfully all day long as a TV series.
But, come on, Henry and I and, bumfuck America.
Oh, yeah, on Lamb.
Ready, I love it.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, I mean, since, the whole acting thing is, it's not easy anymore. I mean, I don't know. Do you stay in touch with any of the ladies from the show or any of the cast? Because I talk to Aida every now and then, and it's the kids. You talk to the boys.
The kids.
You talk to the kids.
Michael and Steve. I've spent time with them. Tony Sirico, Dominic.
So you are in touch with everybody.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, not a lot, but yeah.
Because it's. I mean, I think everybody would say the same thing. It's not easy being in our industry to a large degree. I think at a certain age is for us women, and then a lot of the typecasting that happened because we were on that show. Once you're in someone's living room, for 7 years, that's it. That's all you are now to a lot of people, and it's tough to break out of that. I've been lucky, and I've done. I've been able to move around a little, but now that I'm almost 50, I'm feeling it. I'm like, wow, this is tough. But, we're also in a quarantine.
Oh, my God. Speaking about that,
you don't look 50. You don't look 50, so, I mean, age is a number. Trust me.
Yeah. No, I don't even. It doesn't faze me at all. I'm not even 50 yet, and I'm already saying I'm 50.
Right. I'm 70.
I was going to say, you are not.
I'm always rounding my shit off to the
I'm getting close.
Oh, no, you're not. No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So you wrote the book about eating better and exercising. Are you still on that program? I know that when James died, no. I know when James and your parents had passed, it inspired you.
You know, you said that you talked about your mom. You know, you think it's the diet. Well, my parents were 84 years old. They died 9 days apart, and they didn't eat a healthy meal their entire life.
Same with mine.
So what was said was my parents were all there in their heads, but their bodies failed them.
Yeah.
And that was really sad because they all were aware. You know, I remember my dad saying, "Oh, my life turned into bills and pills." And I said, you know, well, if you didn't, you know, if you did this, you did that, you know, and I guess he felt that he worked for 65 years or whatever in the Fulton fish market. He was a laborer, and he had every right to play golf and sit on the couch and do nothing.
And eat whatever he wanted, yeah.
I can't blame him, you know, when I think about it. I can't blame him. But it definitely, they hit a certain age and everything just fell apart. And on both of them. And I was at one hospital with one and another hospital. It was insane. So
stressful.
I live in fear of that with my with my genetics.
So I said to myself, oh my God, I don't want to go like that. So, and I was going through menopause and blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know what? You better get your shit together. So, you know, I pay attention. My big problem is you're going to laugh at me. Did you ever see the, like on CNN or CBS or any of those things? You know, you could buy a €1 house in Sicily.
You did it. You did it.
What did you do?
I did it.
Oh, please. That's my favorite. That's my dream job right now. That you have my dream job right now.
So you're redoing it?
I did it. And it's a show on HGTV that's going to come out.
So it's done.
The fall. Yeah.
Amazing.
It's a townhouse in this adorable town. It's about 50 minutes south of Palermo.
Are you Sicilian?
Beautiful, beautiful town. And I did it. And I did it with HGTV. I called them. I said, you people should do this as a show. Not thinking about me. I just said, this is a great show for HGTV because I know David Zasloff, who's the head of Discovery. And I sent him over this article. And I had read it, and that night I looked at like a map of Sicily. I looked at the town. I did all these things. And I went to sleep, and I woke up in the morning, and I said, you know what? Great show for HGTV. So I sent him over the article, and he called me back, and he said, if you want to do it, it's yours.
Oh, my God.
I love it.
I'm like, I don't know if I want a house in Sicily. I didn't mean, me.
Oops. I was going to say, why Sicily? Why not, why did you pick Sicily of all the places in the boat?
Because in the article on CNN, it was buy a €1 house in this town.
So you just did it.
Sight unseen. Sight unseen, you bought a house.
So they sent me over with a crew, and I visited. I met the mayor, and I met all these people, and I went to go visit these houses, and I picked one, and I said, okay, I see this. I can do this.
Do you love the house?
I just live here.
Amazing.
So now I have a lovely townhouse in this town in Sicily.
When are we going?
Yeah.
I mean, what are we doing here?
As soon as we can, as soon as, the world will let us go back.
Oh, my God.
How involved were you with the renovations? Like, were you designing everything with the...
First of all, just so you know, my €1 bought me 3 walls.
Oh, my God. 3 walls.
Wait, what? So you had to rebuild the entire thing? How old is it?
Amazing.
1800s?
18, I think it was 1874, if I remember correctly. There was nothing. No electricity, no plumbing, no nothing.
Lorraine, can you pitch a castle renovation for you and I to go together?
I can't wait to watch this.
We could try. What easy.
What is
love
this?
it.
I mean, it was not always easy, but it took us about a year, and it's going to air this fall.
This fall.
Oh,
And
that's fun.
HGTV. I cannot wait to watch that. I love those shows.
Me
the
too.
Reno shows.
I mean, I love them. It's really all I've wanted to do is do one of these house flipping things.
It's fun. It's not easy.
No, it's stressful.
It's and in another language.
Oh my God. Well, at least you speak, right? You said you speak a little bit.
She doesn't. No, French. I'm fluent in French. I speak a little Italian and a little Spanish. And I speak more Spanish than Italian, which, can I tell you, they would be like, that's Spanish.
Speaking of Italian, is there any way that you know of that I can ever find that movie Camorra that you were in, that Lena Wertmuller movie?
I never saw it.
You never did?
No, I never watch anything. I never watched.
You're just
The
like, I'm the
Sopranos.
same way. I was a fan. I was a psycho fan of the show, so I watched it every Sunday. I didn't even relate to being on it. But I generally don't watch anything either.
I watched the beginning of Sopranos, maybe the first 10 episodes, but then I never watched.
Did you ever watch? You still haven't watched it? Oh, Lorraine, you know, the kids hadn't watched it either. And I convinced them to go and watch it. Jamie started watching it. Her mind is blown. She's like,
really?
oh my God, this show is...
Well, especially you in this, the Employee of the Month rape scene. How did you... I can't imagine watching yourself.
Lorraine.
How did you prepare for
You
that?
crushed me this morning. I was crying in my bed.
that was me last night.
My father was crying.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh my God.
When he watched that, right?
That's got to be the
And
worst.
I warned him
Yeah.
that it's rough. You know, there's a lot of things. I didn't tell him a lot of things. And he said he was standing up screaming at the television.
Oh.
Tell him! Tell him!
Yeah, we all wanted a vengeance.
Oh, how it just
for
goes
you.
to black.
I know.
Well, my dad, my father, mother, they cried.
Yeah.
I cried when I
was
watched it,
crying
too.
this morning, and I honestly caught myself. I was a little caught off guard that I got so emotional. And I even felt that way in the scene where you were talking to Jim, Tony. It was really intense. And then I was wondering, that felt like it was more something Lorraine would play. Like that's where you sort of live when you're playing. You have something that big to play. That almost seems like it's easier, for me it would be anyway, than to sit in that fucking chair after every episode. And I saw a quote where you said, I wondered if I made a mistake, same chair every scene. And I thought about that.
When we made the pilot, I remember we were finished at like 4:00 in the morning. David brought out some champagne, and I always said to him, I hope Melfi's not the weak link in the show.
Yeah.
Who wants to watch two people fucking talking?
The best scenes of the entire series.
Yeah, it's the heart, but it's the heartbeat
it
of the
is.
show. Without that, there is no show, really.
It shows his vulnerability.
And you're the moral compass, and you're the consigliere, and you're all of those things.
I'm definitely the moral compass in it. Definitely.
Yeah.
I believe that.
I was the innocence. You were the moral compass. You and I were the only ones that were not wretched.
I see that. I see that.
How does one prepare to do a scene like that? Like, I can't even. It was.
She's not an actress. So
I'm
she
not an
doesn't know.
actress. I have no idea. Like, I just watching that last night and today, I just was like this the whole time.
Well, Robin wrote a lot of me. Robin,
Yes. That was another question I was going to ask you, who your favorite writers were. Because we had to deal with them on set so much.
She wrote that episode. And apparently it happened to a friend of hers in a parking lot. And when they told me about it before they gave me the script, and I said, why would you want to hurt Melfi? Why?
What has she done?
They got to hurt the innocents.
This makes no sense. So, and I'm reading it, and I'm reading it, and I'm reading it. I said, and then I understood the last word when she says, no.
No.
Yeah. I just got chills. I got chills.
Mm-hmm. I understood then what he was accomplishing.
Yeah. And to black, no music. I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
He is a genius.
I didn't get it until, you know, I remember going, why are you hurting her? The whole time I'm reading it. Why? And I'll tell you, I begged David to play my husband.
You did? He picked Richard Romanus from Mean Streets for sure. I would say. Wow.
Begged.
That would be interesting.
Could David act? I don't remember. Was he?
David could have played that with me. It would have been.
Yeah.
I know.
Wow.
I begged him, please, David, please, David.
Are you?
That's wild. I had no idea.
I begged him, and I think he would have been great.
Yeah.
Look, you know, I think it would have been interesting.
How was your relationship with David? Because I know that you were not afraid to challenge certain things and ask him questions. A lot of people were afraid. We all tried from time to time, but
to no avail.
yeah, he's our godfather.
Yeah, I love David.
Me too.
I have a love for David. Even the first time I met him.
Yeah,
I think I might have even said to him, "Oh, I could fall in love with you."
Yeah.
No,
my God. I mean, I always say he was my godfather. He gave me my life, and the way he treated me was pretty amazing.
He's a good guy, David Chase.
Yeah,
that's a good guy. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
But everybody was afraid to challenge him, and I know you were not.
Well, because he was so fucking smart.
I know.
You really, when you wanted to go in that arena, you had to have all your eggs together.
Yeah.
You couldn't have just been like, oh, well, you know what? You had to know why, how, when. I remember when I asked him, I said, David, I would love for you to put in the show how he pays me.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
Why?
You never see it.
Light bulb went off in him, and you do see him.
Oh, then he goes like this.
And like
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you like how I did it like a stripper? It wasn't like.
Well, that's the way he treats her in those moments.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he put it in. You know, I like that.
That's great.
Amazing.
I thought that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know. At this point in your life, Lorraine, do you think that you ever loved acting or that you still love acting? Because I'm always on the fence. I got to be honest. I have a love-hate relationship with acting. That's why I love that you went and did the HGTV thing, because once we start to like ourselves, we kind of like being ourselves. Right. In a way, you know?
No, I get it. Acting is hard. You got to dig deep. You got to find stuff in you. I'm going to do this small little independent movie. I want to tell you, I'm bashing myself in the head. The script is fantastic. The roles are great, but I'm going to have to kill myself to play this woman. I'm going to have to take every inch of me and I mean, I don't know what I was thinking, but the script was so good and so timely. I play a Karen.
Oh, thank God you play a fucking Karen again.
Hey, Karen.
I'm going to be in the front row for that one.
I play a Karen, meaning...
Oh, the new Karen thing. The Karen
she goes,
thing.
I play a Karen.
I thought you meant Karen.
Yes.
Your Karen. I see what you're saying. I just learned about this Karen
It's
thing,
a kid
by the
thing.
way.
The kids are saying it, right? The kids.
Is it true that a Karen is like a... Are they saying it's like a white racist woman? Is that what it is?
Uptight, racist, all that. There's a whole thing.
But you know, now that I'm searching this, you know, she's alone. She married, her husband left her, son doesn't pay any attention to her, and all she does is watch Fox News all day long.
Oh,
Well,
that'll do it.
there you go.
And this lovely young Syrian refugee moves into her apartment building. And she is
Unhinged.
just unhinged. And then the relationship, things happen, blah, blah, blah. And she comes around. But otherwise, she's scary. I'm afraid of her.
Do you have to leave town for it, or can you film where you are? Can you stay home?
We're going to do it in Memphis.
Oh, so you have to travel.
Oh.
And are you guys gonna?
In November.
Oh, okay. So that's good. Yeah, I'm right now at the moment wondering how this is all gonna work out. Ginger is too. She's second AD now. She doesn't know who's going back to work, what's happening.
Yep.
It's so crazy.
It's going to be challenging. But I think if we really all take precautions, you know.
Will you fly? I'm not comfortable flying yet. I don't know.
They're giving out like those goggles now that you have to wear, the masks.
Oh,
They're being safe. Yeah.
I'm already claustrophobic on a plane.
You'll be closer.
I am dying to go to Sicily right now. So
Oh,
Memphis
I bet.
seems like it's around the corner.
So have you been, I mean, listen, I have to bring this up only because she and I and we've gone through every freaking health, you know, she's a breast cancer survivor, first of all.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
And I've dealt with my own like depression, anxiety, especially my anxiety. I don't know. I know that you've you like this? You've spoken openly about depression and stuff. My thing is massive anxiety. Mm-hmm. So I had to change my diet and it helped. But to keep it up, to try to maintain that lifestyle, it's like one thing to do it for a minute. And then I went down to 111 pounds and I thought I was dying.
She looks sickly. Yeah.
I literally thought I was dying because I didn't know how to manage that kind of, you know, dairy-free, grain-free, especially with the pasta, the bread. It's not even like these are bad things. And then you're trying not to eat meat on top of it. It's mind-boggling, but it's important because it does make you feel better. And I'm going to get your book because I know you have lists of ways. Yes,
You meditate?
I do. And I have a lot of ways of de-stressing. Do you meditate now?
I do all kinds of things, yes.
Because I remember watching an interview and they asked you and you were like, no. And then I thought to myself, I bet she meditates now.
Yeah.
She does.
She does.
Me too.
I'm friends with Donna Karen, and Donna Karen is a big meditation, you know, guru. So
That's awesome. I love her whole, I don't know her personally, but I do love her whole
she's fabulous.
thing. Yeah.
She's got a great thing about her. Great energy. She's smart. She's sharp. You know. Yeah, she's great. She's got that whole we use oils.
Oh, you do? Sound baths? Any sound? Do you do the sound baths at all? No?
Oh, you might like that.
She does.
She does.
I'm into that stuff, but the diet thing is really daunting because, man, we set out this whole year before we started the podcast was wanting to make a change in the food industry. That was our initial thing. Now we're working on an alcohol line, which I know you have wine, but it's like a healthy alcohol situation sort of thing. But I'm obsessed with the whole food industry thing and wanting to make some sort of a change, but at the same time not being on some soapbox about it because I fuck up.
I saw a great cartoon. I want to try to find it on my phone. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this.
Hold on, let me put on my spectacles.
I can't see it. What does it say?
Pills right and sugar and surgery, lifestyle change.
Yep, no one's in line.
Yep. No, I hear that.
That's the whole food thing.
Yeah. No, totally.
Especially now, these days.
But it's so hard.
Walking. I get it.
I mean, we are living in the most toxic society of all time. I mean, just being next to this computer and this phone, drinking the water out of the bottles that we drink out of. I mean, we're just, it's really hard. And when you start going down that path, it's like it never fucking ends.
No, I know.
I did find good bread, though. That's the one good thing in all of it was that I found a good bread.
You have to just make sure that when you cook that pasta, you don't overcook it and you don't undercook it. Oh. That's the big key, in my opinion.
Oh, of course. I mean, for us Italians,
that's the big thing.
They haven't mastered it yet, Lorraine. They have not mastered it.
In Italy, they have, yeah.
Gluten-free pasta out there? Yeah. It's good? Yeah?
Yeah.
There's a great bread, if you're still on that kick, that I will send you because it comes in this awesome little boxes of cubes. It's called Uprising Foods. Have you heard of it?
Uprising Food,
no.
Yeah.
This bread dipped in olive oil and garlic is so delicious.
Olive oil girl.
Oh, me too. Crazy.
I say that you could put salt and good olive oil on anything.
On anything.
Yes.
I will eat it.
You know what I do in the mornings now? I dip my bananas in the red sea salt, in the red clay sea salt. You dip your bananas in it and the clay is all crunchy on the banana.
You're a weirdo.
It is delicious, I tell you. And I do the same thing with coconut rolled dates.
It's like Elvis.
Yeah.
With his potato chips and
mayonnaise, potato chips.
On his peanut butter sandwich.
Oh my God, I love it so much.
Celtic sea salt.
Oh, yes, I know that stuff.
I think I have that.
Yeah, good stuff. I like any kind. I just put it in my hands and do this because I'm obsessed with it right now. Hello? Are you? Oh, you guys are. Yes, this is a word from our sponsors. Hello. We're still watching with you guys. We haven't left yet. We have to talk about our awesome sponsor. We don't want to haunt Lorraine with it, so we're going to do it on the side. Yeah. Does anybody out there know about Proof Panties? Chris? You know about
I
Proof
do.
Panties.
I love them. Yes. They're amazing.
Do you know
super absorbent.
You know who loves Proof Panties? Men.
I was going to say you. I was going to say you love Proof Panties.
I am Proof Panties number one advocate. Why? Because I don't need tampons anymore. I don't need maxi pads, especially the way they make maxi pads these days with all that sticky stuff that wraps around your panties. No, thank you. And you know what? Your boyfriends don't appreciate that when you're walking around the house and you have these weird wings sticking out of your panties. No. So yes, my boyfriend and lots of other men I hear these days are digging the Proof Panties on their women because they have absolutely no idea that it's that time of the month.
So they can still look sexy in their leak-proof underwear. Nice.
Yeah,
and you know also, what? How much paper and cotton and whatnot are we saving? A lot. I'm just saying.
Not only that, but it's also very unhealthy to put any of that stuff in your body or against your body because of all the bleaches and the way all of that stuff is treated. You as a cancer survivor totally understand that.
So these are body safe, which is great.
Yeah.
They, you just feel like everything is still natural.
Go visit shopproof.com and enter Gangster Goddess at checkout to save 15% on your first order. The code is Gangster Goddess for 15%. First time use, which could not be combined with any other offers, not case sensitive, and enter at checkout. Proof panties. Check
By
it
the
out.
way, Chris,
What?
it's only a matter of time before you and I don't have our periods anymore.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
We'll still be wearing those panties, girl.
I know.
We'll still be wearing
All right, let's go. I want to continue watching this episode. I love watching
Yeah.
Lorraine talk. Can we
let's
go
go.
back? Let's
going
all of
back.
us go back. All of
We're
us.
all going back together.
Yes.
Go back. Is that your dog?
Is that your doggy? Let me see that dog.
Oh, is it a lab?
Oh my God, he's got a nice big head.
Is he a lab?
Look at his big head.
Oh,
She's a girl?
I used to have one just like that, a white, it's blush. They're like a blush lab, right?
Well, she lost her lab in the...
I just lost my black lab, yeah.
Oh my God, that's a big head on a dog,
She's a
Lorraine.
big girl.
What's her
She's a
name?
big girl. Elsie.
I remember you telling stories
I got
about the
Elsie.
wild turkeys in your neighborhood.
Oh God, you remember
And Bill
that?
Murray.
Wait,
Bill
what?
Murray gave them to
Hold
the
on.
neighborhood. Oh my God, so funny.
Wait, can I hear that? Can I hear the Bill Murray wild turkey story, please? Please.
So I used to have a house in a place called Sneeden's Landing, and it's on the Hudson, and it's a small, lovely place, 20 minutes from the George Washington Bridge, and Bill Murray lives there, and a whole bunch of people live there, and he decided to get some turkeys and just let them be.
Oh, he brought in the turkeys.
But the turkeys got big. They get big. They're wild turkeys. And the kids would walk home from school and the turkeys would follow them.
Oh, no, no, no.
And they would scare the shit out of the kids.
I'd be like, there's dinner. Oh,
I'm
my
like,
God.
Bill, really?
Oh, my God, that's
Turkeys.
amazing.
Couldn't get a bunch of bunny rabbits or something? And
Yeah,
set those
Bill.
free?
That was some conversation I definitely heard in the makeup trailer that you were probably talking about. These fucking turkeys.
Oh, yeah, they would. And Stella would be, they would be her height, as a kid. And when the other thing is I go, I'm in my backyard and I see this gorgeous golden retriever. I'm like, what the hell? What are you? Who are you? And he's looking at me, and I'm all right. He's friendly, very friendly. And I'm like, whose dog is this? It's got to be. It's not my neighbors that I know, because I would know that they had a dog. And I look on the collar, and it says Bark. I said, this is Bill Murray. Only Bill would name his dog Bark.
I love it.
So I called him up. Come get your dog.
Come get Bark.
That's
Oh,
great.
my God.
Are you missing someone over there?
Well, Lorraine, we're not going to crush you on time because we've kept you a nice long time and we
No,
got to
thank you.
pick at
It's been
you
fun.
forever. But we have as we close here, I can't believe I'm like someone who interviews people right now. We do a whole thing about being busted and readjusted. That's kind of our thing. So I guess we always just ask everyone because this is not a busted and readjusted episode, but we still ask everybody, what was the one thing that busted and readjusted you in your life?
Or
Like
it could be this week.
Or this week.
Anything.
Sure.
Yeah. How did you pivot from something that was somewhat busting you up?
And do you feel like, that's a theme for a lot of us?
I've had a lot of hardship. I've had a lot, I've been divorced twice.
Me
I had
too.
a terrible custody a battle with Harvey over Stella. That was very difficult. I definitely went into a depression after I won. Like, I don't even want to use that word won because
no, I've been through it too, so I get it.
Just bad.
There's no winning. Yeah.
No.
Honestly, I think one of the things that gutted me emotionally was losing my parents 9 days apart.
I can't even imagine.
That really gutted me and woke me up.
Yeah.
So it's the two things. One, how I lost them and watched them, literally fall apart, piece by piece.
Yeah.
Yet always here, able to talk and relate and cry and laugh and, and have that. But watch piece by piece, just
gut-wrenching.
Yeah.
stop working and to hear my dad say, "I'm ready.
Oh.
Let me go."
Oh my God.
And my mom, when we had to go back from the hospital and say that, he's not coming home, was over for her.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they say. True love, right? They go. Yeah.
Done, over.
Yeah.
Didn't come back. And that was, that gutted me.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
That gutted me. And look, they were not the perfect parents.
Who is? Yeah.
No, none of us. Not even us.
And the other thing, and the thing that made me happy was they got to see my success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
They still get to see you, I believe. I believe my dad's all over me.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how
I
happy that
remember
made
your
them?
dad.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he loved you, Lorraine.
I didn't know he passed.
Yeah, he had a stroke. He had a stroke, and it was all stress related and all diet related and all of that sort of stuff. And watching him deteriorate, that strong, big Italian guy, it killed me. It killed me more to watch him be alive with the stroke because his mind was still there.
Yeah.
And it was more painful to watch that than to watch him actually die because he ultimately died of cancer. And the way your dad said, "I'm ready," I laid next to my dad while he was dying, and I said, "You need to go. Like, stop hanging on." He was holding my mom's hand. She was asleep. She was already on so many drugs because she became a drug addict later on in life. My mom did. So it was like it was insane. But I kept whispering in his ear, "You can go. I got her. I'll take care of her. You can go." So I felt relieved when he passed. So it was different. But I look at their lives. I look at the dementia, the stroke. These are my two biggest fears, a stroke and dementia. And to carry their genetics and to carry their unfinished business, I'm just like, I don't want these things. I don't want this for myself. That's why I was struck by your book,
I get it. I understand. But you know what? God, we make all the plans we want.
He laughs.
I know. I believe that.
I know.
I believe
I
that too.
I do. I believe it. And all I can do is try to be a good person and a good mom. And, I feel very, very lucky.
Yeah.
And you, like I said, from day one,
Very blessed.
you were a
very
good
lucky.
person.
I managed by myself.
That's huge.
That's a big one because with my mom, she can't be by herself. When everyone left, she couldn't be alone, and I was like, I don't want to be like that where I have to be with someone. After my last relationship, I even said to myself, I'm fine being alone for the rest of my life. Like if I never meet another man, because I don't want to go through any of that again. Huh?
I believe in love.
Oh, I do too.
I believe in partnership.
But I couldn't look for it again.
Share. No, it comes if it's supposed to.
Exactly.
I got one showed up on my door.
A couple of months, a couple of years, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My life does not depend. My success of my well-being in life does not depend on anyone but myself.
Yes.
Same.
You know, the only thing that, you know, affects me is the kids.
Yeah.
If they're
It's
not happy,
everything.
if it didn't work, if they, you know, whatever that I take to heart. But
Wow.
otherwise, I'm okay.
Well,
I'm okay.
Seems like
And if
you've
someone
been,
wants to share my road, I'm okay.
yeah. Seems like you've been really successful in the mom role too. So
Yeah, that to me, that's everything.
That's the most
Honestly,
important.
I could give a fuck about the rest of it.
Yeah.
I only do it at this point to put food in their mouths, to be honest with you. Because if I could just stay home and take care of those kids all day, that's all I would ever do.
Yeah, but that's, you know, like I said, it's hard to be a parent. It was easy to go to work.
I miss it. I want to go act just for a little while.
Yeah, I don't have to do, you know, 300 and whatever days of the year. But, you know, a couple months here, a couple months there. I mean, again, I feel very blessed. I really do. Very,
Wow.
very
I do
lucky.
too. I do too. And sometimes we all lose. I remember losing sight of that. I went through a bad depression the year before this, and it was awful. I never thought that at my age that it would hit me again. You know, I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from? From a breakup, I'm going to go into a depression. I'm bigger and better than that. But it took a toll on me. Like, it really.
But it's also chemical.
Yeah, I guess so. And that's
Yeah.
why I changed my diet, but that didn't seem to do much but make me 111 pounds, which, you know, I had never thought that I'd ever live to see the day that I'd be 111 pounds.
When you were 12.
I know. But anyway.
No. But I think depression is not a bad thing. I think it's very good. It's very introverted. You look at yourself, you see things, you contemplate, you become more profound.
Yeah. And self-aware.
And once I realized I didn't mind it. I didn't mind thinking, you know, in a heavier, deeper way. I found it really finding it who I really am.
It's interesting when you accept something versus fight it constantly, right? Yeah. And then when you put it out there and everybody can resonate with it, I mean, I know that you've been a huge inspiration to a lot of people in that arena.
Well, I wasn't embarrassed of it.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, people get so embarrassed.
That's a big problem.
Well, because then you're hiding a secret. And then it's even worse and it's bigger and you feel guilty. And, you know, it's...
True.
Yeah.
I think most of us actors suffer from some sort of disorder.
I'm an actor, but I suffer
from time to time. But
how do you think that
awareness and being conscious, I think, and being awake to a lot of stuff. And, you know, I think people go through lifetimes not getting to know themselves. That's why I love The Sopranos so much, and Tony Soprano and his whole journey with Melfi. Is you have this guy that you would never expect to be analyzing himself on that level. And most people don't. Most people walk through life and don't give a shit. They live, they die, and they come back another time, and maybe that's going to be their time around to have some sort of enlightenment. I do feel like whether or not we're achieving anything in this lifetime by realizing certain things, I can't believe like the world that opens up once you have that awareness.
And
it's like a whole different dimension.
But you have to be open to it.
Yeah, totally.
You're not, you know, you can't be afraid of it. And it can be scary, you know.
Very.
When you look yourself in the mirror at night and you go, hey, how was today? What'd I do? How'd I do it? Could I handle it differently? Did I, was I honest with myself?
I was going to say with yourself. Yeah. It's the biggest one.
Was I fair? Was I fair? But yeah, look, it's, I worry now because I think that we have a very divided country right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I worry. what's going to happen in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
I do too.
I think we're going to have a lot of problems that that we've never lived through. Our parents, I don't think, ever really lived through it. Our grandparents, yes, but not our parents. They got a tail end of it, of World War II. But
these are heavy times.
This is going to be, the next 6 months are going to be very, very harsh.
I know.
I think people are going to have to be lean and mean.
Yeah.
I think that, I have no idea what's going to happen with work. I really don't. I'm clueless.
That's why we're doing the podcast.
Yeah, it's good.
You can do it from home.
I wrote a kid's book.
That's what I want to do too. I keep trying to get my daughter to do it. I love it.
So excited.
You're so busy.
Oh, I love it. Send it over.
I did a vegetable garden. I'm getting a lot of,
Can you write a book on your vegetable garden too?
I have a nice vegetable garden.
Can you write a book on your vegetable garden? Because we want to learn about that too.
I wrote it about Stella's dog and my dog.
Oh.
And, but I just feel there are a lot of things. I also feel if you're creative in different ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whether you're a painter, you're a singer, you can dance. I think creative people have different juices.
Yes.
Totally. The helps you tap into all those things.
I agree. Mm-hmm. But what are we going to do about people who can't pay their rent?
Yeah.
What are we going to do about people who don't have? I mean, when I look at the food lines, I am horrified at the length of the cars that are waiting for food. This worries me.
Yeah.
This worries me. So, like what? After, the 1929, you had the Roaring Twenties, then you had the crash, then we had the Dust Bowl. Well, I think we're going to have a Dust Bowl.
Yeah, it's
going to be a big problem. And it's going to take us years to get out of it. Our kids will pay for this.
Yeah. And my kids our kids are tiny, and it's hard. Like even when I was, the first question I was going to ask you earlier today was, I was reading about you in the 70s and you were quoted talking about the 70s. And all I wanted to say to you was, what did it feel like to be a kid in the 70s, a teenager? And I started thinking about my own kids, and I started thinking about, like in the Neil Young song, Keep on Rockin' in the Free World. And he says these, kids that'll never get a chance to be cool. And that thing, and I was thinking of Lorraine being cool in her bell-bottom jeans in the 70s, and I was thinking about myself in the 80s, and then I was thinking about my kids, and my 12-year-old is like, she's not getting a chance to be cool. She's not, she's worried. She's worried about all of these things. She's worried about people eating. She's worried about plastic. She's worried about racism. My son is really worried about racism. I mean, these are the things that they have to think about instead of going outside and throwing a fucking ball to each other.
All right, but listen, when I was growing, we had to worry about Vietnam.
Mm-hmm. Right. I know.
It's not like we had nothing.
No. And we have we have so much.
At Kent State, when, they opened up fire on the kids protesting.
It was a whole other mess.
I remember that.
There was progress, at least, that things were starting to change for the better. At least you felt rumblings of that. This feels like it's going fucking backwards. And it's so scary to divide a country like that.
When we are divided.
I know.
And we both said that at the same time. Yes.
And I don't want it.
We're like, thanks for joining us.
The fucking hippies here.
On that happy note, I'm going to go have a tequila.
Me too.
We should have been drinking it while we were doing this.
Lorraine, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Meeting you.
Is Rose still there? I'm calling her fucking Roe now, by the way.
It's Mo, right?
It's Mo. It's Mo.
She's left. Will you kiss Gina for us?
Yes, Ginger. I'll get Ginger for you.
Gina.
We're all tired now.
Gina and Ro.
Yeah, no, Gina and Ro.
Gina and Ro. That's
Gina and Ro.
That's right. All right, let's all have some tequila now. And
Lorraine, I'm
have
so
a great
happy
weekend.
to see you. Mwah. I can't wait to see that
Thank you.
Sicily
I'm
show.
giving you one, too.
I am excited.
I know.
I'll let you know.
Okay, I can't wait. We'll promote it for you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, Chris,
Yeah.
what'd you think of Bracco?
I'm obsessed with her.
Pretty amazing lady, right?
So amazing. And she, on so many levels.
I'm really happy she turned the light on in the middle of the,
Oh, my God.
of the episode.
I was like, hi, nice to meet you.
And then the sun went down.
I know.
And I didn't want to say anything because you don't want to say anything. But then we couldn't see her. And then we saw her face and it was like the sun came out again.
No, and she was so open with us. I mean, it was great just talking with her.
It was
and
fantastic.
about everything.
We will apologize if one of our computers was ringing with emails. It happens because we're working on Zoom and not everybody knows what's going on. So it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't hear any ringing. Did you?
There were definite email pings happening.
Oh, I didn't hear
As an
it.
actor, I notice these things because I know we're supposed to like.
I'm just staring at Lorraine Bracco,
I know.
doing it all out. And she was just really vulnerable and honest. And what a great interview that was.
Yeah, that was really exciting.
Yeah.
We don't really like to do the interview thing as much. We kind of wanted to save a lot of that for the end of the series, the complete end of the series, to get like a total holistic view of each of the characters and their journey through the show.
But thanks for tuning in and joining us for that. I mean, we do these special interviews.
Yeah, it
which
was
is
cool.
great. And
It was cool.
Send some love to our sponsor, Uprising Food. They're amazing and they're a small business. So we like to support our small businesses. Mm-hmm. And hit subscribe.
I've eaten so much
Oh
bread
my God, she's so full.
by the end of this episode.
Oh my God, just like Lorraine said with those fart cushions.
You know what's bad about this bread? I want to say one thing that's bad about this bread. I'm going to say it.
Don't.
I have
There's
to.
nothing bad about
Here's
it.
the thing. It's so yummy.
You eat too much.
That with all of those soy-free, grain-free, all those kind of breads, you're like, yeah, I don't really need to eat bread. So you just kind of cut that out of your life.
Or you try to.
The issue with this bread is it's so good that you want to keep eating
But you're
it.
not like most people. You're in the acting world. So most of us that are not in the acting world, we don't cut it out. So we need to substitute. We can't cut it out. We're addicted to it. You're good like that. Look at you. I can't cut bread out.
No. I'm saying if you're not digging your grain-free bread, you just won't eat bread.
Oh,
I just switched to tortillas. But now with this bread, I'm
so good.
just nonstop eating bread because I dig it so much. I could go through a whole loaf of it in one day. Easily.
It's so good.
Especially if you're dipping it in olive oil. But tomorrow, I'm trying French toast with it. Goodbye. Have a lovely rest of your day, everyone. We love you guys. Keep writing in. We're enjoying doing this podcast for you.
Oh, tell us your busted and readjusted stories. We love reading your emails. We're going to start reading them. We're going to keep reading them.
We're so all over the place. Do you notice that? We don't care.
No.
That's all right.
No.
We have to go now. I have to go see my children. Goodbye.
That's not, we're trying to say, are we not trying? Maybe not an interview once. Trying to,
Wait a second. We're still here, guys. Hold on. We're not done. We thought we were, but we're not. What were you saying, Chris?
I'm saying we're not.
Yes, send in your busted and readjusted stories, please. I was just trying to wrap it up for us.
I want to keep talking. I'm just going to keep going.
She
and swinging
tries
the
to
mic.
get me to wrap things up because I talk too much.
And then I
So
go.
I'm trying to be nice and snipped. I'm trying to snip my stuff off. And then Chris started talking. So
I just love reading this.
We're-
We got some great stories.
sometimes we're just not on the same page. I gotta go.
Goodbye. Go.
Bye, guys.
Gangster Goddess Broadcast is a UV Ways and Monkey Mind Music Group production. Executive produced by Drea and Chris and theme song by UV Ways.